Mostly in Cardano, we try to just focus on building the tech rather than the price. But yeah, we did. It's hard not to notice such a big thing. We're not happy with legacy systems and governments. If everything was good over there, would we have blockchain? What am I most excited about? It's the idea that we do take back some of the control.
So hi David, how are you?
I am good, thank you. Ravi, how are you?
I'm good too, thanks for asking. So I know like you guys are doing really great into the market, and I already know like what is a Cardano Hydra. So may I know like how do you guys are implementing the new things into the ecosystem, and what are the new things are coming into the market? So you can just let the community know.
Sure. Yes, so we're actually quite a lot going on right now. We recently, Hydra, which is like a scalability solution for Cardano, was launched last week. So that went, it's V1 on mainnet. So it's a kind of quite a niche use case in a way, but it's a scaling solution.
Okay.
We've also got, we recently had sort of our first sort of treasury funding process through the new decentralized governance system, because we're now fully decentralized. Through that, we secured, IOG and the foundation and many other companies in the ecosystem secured funding for development for the next phase of Cardano's development. So that's Laos, which is a separate to Hydra, but it's also another way to scale our ecosystem. Yeah, we've got, sorry, I've gone blank now.
So like I know like there are a lot of words are coming up into the market, and there are so many news are coming up into the market as well. As you already know, like Donald Trump has tweeted something like into the market. So what do you think, like what is your thoughts on the last tweet of the Donald Trump?
Oh, what, with the price and the Donald Trump tweet?
Not about the price, like your portfolio.
Say that again.
Your portfolio.
Okay. Yeah.
So the Donald Trump has given this tweet into the market. So like I know like it is going to be the game changer, but like when this type of thing happened, like the market go into the blood red.
Yeah, so mostly in Cardano, we try to just focus on building the tech rather than the price. But yeah, we did. It's hard not to notice such a big thing. I mean, ultimately, it's a really strange one because it goes to show that crypto is a long way away from really fulfilling, as an industry, its promise. Because ultimately, the price, it's all being led by liquidity. So why would a tweet by Donald Trump to do with tariff changes really affect the price of tokens in a blockchain ecosystem that's supposed to be decentralized? You know, I think it's there's probably more at play that we'll never know about. Maybe some of it was liquidity driven. I think maybe some of it was market makers, exchanges. Because it happened on a Friday afternoon as well. I don't know if you know this. Friday afternoon, 4 or 5 p.m. in America.
Yeah.
Massive drop.
Yes, correct. I've seen it.
Why is it then? And that was about an hour before the Donald Trump tweet.
Correct.
It was done so that we had the retail would have the whole weekend to panic.
Yeah, like when I came here, like I've seen like a lot of big giants company has just moved out from the event as well, because like a lot of things are happening into the market. So that's why like I know like, but like there are so many things are coming into the market with the implementation of the ecosystem. So may I know like what is the main thing that you are launching?
Okay, so being a Brit, the biggest thing that we're thinking about currently is in the UK, there's this digital ID system that the government have announced that they're going to bring in. No vote, just bring it in. So one of the things that's kind of a topic for us at the moment is we know about zero knowledge proofs, and this isn't necessarily just Cardano. This is blockchain. Yeah, most blockchain ecosystems are trying to solve the same problems or create alternatives. Okay, because we're all here because we're not happy with legacy systems and governments. If everything was good over there, would we have blockchain? Okay, so from a digital ID point of view, we've got maybe 3 or 4 different projects that are currently developing not just digital ID, but zero knowledge proof technology. So the foundation is working on something called Viridian Wallet, So that's to do with sort of the zero knowledge storage of improved for storage of health documents, education records, anything like that. But they're also doing it for enterprise. Okay. We've also got Iagon is a decentralized storage platform. But obviously, part of that is the encryption side as well, where companies can store certain data, whether it be quality assurance documents or sales contracts, or even legal documents, amongst other things, within their sort of decentralized storage platform. So they recently actually started sending out these nodes called QS Pro or Iagon Cyclone nodes. I actually received one the other day. Because this event has happened, I've not had time to set it up, but I'm going to. It's a very simple thing to do. But it means that anyone in the world can take part in providing infrastructure, but it's not controlled by one entity, it's multiple. And generally speaking, they don't have any requirement or need to act maliciously with your data. And say with the Iagon one, it's encrypted, so imagine like IPFS, but encrypted and on in a blockchain model.
Okay. I know like a lot of people are facing some issues with the current ecosystem, because like Web3 and blockchain space is just created just because of the decentralization as well as the anonymousness. But like a lot of platform where we need to do the KYC verification and everything, so it will be no more anonymous after the KYC verification.
So why do we have blockchain and originally Bitcoin and then into other areas? A lot of this stuff is legacy systems, because we're still bound by legacy systems and politics. No one said that this journey was going to be easy. It really wasn't. And we're at the stage now where I think as we've matured the tech, a lot of ecosystems are realizing that we've got to meet halfway. We've got to have the KYC, still the KYBs. But is there a better way to achieve that level of assurance, to stop fraud or try and prevent fraud or try and, add safety mechanisms that exist in the real world, but maybe is done in a way that isn't controlled by just a few entities? Because you know what it's like. We have all these countries all over the world. They'll have different levels and requirements. I was speaking with Visa earlier, or somebody about Visa earlier, about stablecoin payments. And it's like when you're doing card issuances, if you want to have a Visa card, you do your licenses, you do your KYC, but you still have to do it for different regions. You have to whole different raft of things. Why is there not one global standard? It doesn't exist. So I think we're at this stage where we are currently trying to figure out how can we can't remove KYC. It's not necessarily going to be easier for somebody to move onto blockchain from the legacy world currently, but we've got to figure out how to do it.
Okay. What excites you more about to be into the blockchain ecosystem, and how you started in this industry? Like, you can just let us know.
What am I most excited about? It's the idea that we do take back some of the control. I know, like for example, I'm 40 now, 41. So I remember when you used to buy CDs, and DVDs, and videos and cassettes, and there was this kind of thing of ownership. But we seem to be pushed away now into this kind of like subscription services, own nothing and be happy. Like blockchain does give you the ability to bring some of that ownership back. Like with, say for example, artists, musicians, having music that's on the blockchain, where maybe like the tracks are still available in the SaaS system or subscriptions, but maybe the artist can get closer to their fans by doing encrypted NFT tracks that are like special edition, or even like a director's edition of a film, which people on Netflix will watch the film, but then, and they're getting paid pennies for that. But the artist, rather than having to go and do shows around the world and stadium tours, they're able to say, for a few dollars, you can actually have an encrypted file, access to encrypted file, which is a special cut, a special edition. And as an owner, you can have that, but then you can sell it on, in the future, and there's value in that. That's the kind of, as a concept, that's what I'd like to see blockchain do. Okay,
sounds great. So thank you for explaining all this, and I know like a lot of things are coming into the picture. But yeah, thanks for explaining all this, and it was really nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.